Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joseph Novichkov, Senior Trading Manager with GDM. Today's outlook, we're starting with Asian stocks outside of China advanced on Thursday as investors eyed gains in oil prices and of course the positive lead from Wall Street. However, the trade volumes could stay light as investors await the Federal Reserve's policy decision. The Federal Open Market Committee will decide whether to raise short-term interest rates for the first time in 9 years at its two-day meeting, which of course began yesterday on Wednesday. All eyes are on expected statement and of course press conference due on Thursday as China's Shanghai Composite Index saw a rise in volatility after returning from the lunch break, moving as high as 1.6% before rapidly surrendering its gains to close down 2.08%. Nikkei jumps 1.4% as the inspiring handover from Wall Street helped Japan's Nikkei 225 index to chalk up a three-day winning streak, brushing off disappointing trade data released before the market opened. Japan's exports rose 3.1% in August from a year earlier, down from 7.6% in the preceding month, and of course missing expectations for a 4% annual increase. That was underscoring concept, of course, about the fragile recovery in the world's third biggest economy. Imports fell 3.1% on year, wider than the estimate for 3.2% decrease. European equities opened higher Thursday as investors await U.S. Federal Reserve's decision on interest rates, as the Pan-European Stock 600 index was around 0.15% higher at the open. London's FTSE 100 index dropped 0.1%. And of course, German DAX was up around 0.3%, and the French CAC saw 0.3% pop. Global markets are poised for the latest policy announcement from the Fed on Thursday. Later in the day, the central bank's Federal Open Market Committee started its meeting on Wednesday and is due to announce whether it will raise rates for the first time in 9 years. The dollar was under pressure in the Asian trading on Thursday after weak U.S. inflation data. That was led after investors paired bets that the Federal Reserve will raise rates later in the day. Of course, the outcome of the two-day federal meeting continued to grip investors' attention, particularly after all of us saw a surprising 0.1% decline in U.S. consumer prices in August. The dollar was trading at 120.53 yen, steady for the U.S. trade after wavering in a relatively narrow range between 120.345 and 120.67. The euro edged slightly higher with 0.1% against its U.S. counterpart to 1.1295. Gold in the commodity sector was trading near its highest in a week on Thursday, adding to overnight gains from its biggest jump in nearly a month. As of course, sluggish U.S. inflation data eased fears that Federal Reserve would hike interest rates later this season. Of course, spot gold had ticked up 0.1% to 1120.60 an ounce, near a 1-week high of 1124.30 reached in the previous session. The metal gained 1.3% on Wednesday and its biggest daily jump since August 20. All eyes are on the Fed's interest rate decision later today, which is the most anticipated announcement in years by the central bank. Oil in the energy sector prices were stable on Thursday as, of course, U.S. stock draw tightened the market while Asia's economies showed new signs of weakness. U.S. West Intermediate crude futures were trading at $47.30 per barrel. That was in late Asian trade, virtually unchanged from their previous close. Well, of course, in today's calendar, what we're expecting to see is the initial and continuing jobless claims at around 12:30 GMT, and of course the federal interest rate decision at 18, followed with Federal Open Market Committee press conference at 18:30. All eyes on the Fed, major economic data today. Stay tuned. See you next time. Bye-bye.